presentation. So, Professor Goro, kindly...
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, it is clear. We are able to see the screen. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So, okay. So welcome back to this mid-morning session. Our next presenter, you have already seen him on the screen, is Dr. Oliver Kirui. Dr. Kirui is a senior research fellow at the Center for Development Research, University of Bonn in Germany, and a researcher with very wide interests that are quite relevant for us today. His interests are in international agricultural trade, agricultural policy analysis. He has interest in sustainable development, especially in agricultural growth and areas of food and nutrition. He is interested in economics of agricultural innovation and also in the impact of digital technologies and communication on the agricultural value chain. So we are very privileged to have him this morning, to have him with us. And without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Kirui to present his paper. He will be talking to us on the strategies for promoting sustainable agriculture and food security in times of pandemic innovations, investments, and policy priorities. So, Dr. Kirui, karibu sana. We are happy to see you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Can you hear me now? Can I continue?
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you for that very kind introduction. And yeah, so this I would say this conference is coming at a very opportune time when there are so many things that can be discussed and so many things that should be put into perspective, and especially for an agrarian economy like our own in Kenya and many others in sub-Saharan Africa. Yes, so over the years I've been looking on different issues on the topic of sustainable agricultural production and with really aims on looking on food security and food and nutritional security. And my focus the last 4 years has been on innovations and really the place of innovations in agricultural, sustainable agricultural production and productivity. And today, being a keynote, I don't want to focus on one paper. I want just to look into a few heights here and there that could give us some dynamics or some direction to what could be important or what could be done to improve really to promote sustainable agriculture. So I will look into slightly on what investment options could be and innovations could be, and perhaps just point towards some policy direction, because this is really important. I think most of the discussions that we've had over time stop at some point. But I think my perspective is that every time we talk about opportunities for transformation, it must go to the ultimate, that is to the policy direction. So I will not present just my own work. I will present work that we've done with colleagues and works that have been done in our institute, especially on this topic of sustainable agricultural and food security. And just to be sure my slide can move. Yes, so my outline is very basic. I have 4 areas that I want to focus on. In the next 20 minutes, I should be finished talking about these areas. First of all, I would look into the latest research that we commissioned in Kenya, in Nigeria, South Africa, and Ethiopia on the impacts of COVID-19 on food and beverage manufacturing companies or industries, and just bring a little bit of insight. I will not focus on the whole study, but just to highlight some of the implications of what COVID-19 could do to food security, and especially through the manufacturing and beverage companies. And then the second aspect would be on really what innovations and how do we plan scaling of innovation? So, and in this case, my focus is on innovations that could raise productivity, and especially for the smallholder farming systems, which seems to be the majority in Kenya and beyond in terms of our geographic space in sub-Saharan Africa. And then on the third, this is my pet topic. I've written a lot on mechanization, on issues to do with value addition, value chain productivity, efficiencies, and resilience, and so forth. So I would also just touch on what mechanization portends for food security, especially from our partners from risk. You know, when we talk about productivity, when we talk about food security, it is never complete without talking about markets, because everything ends up in the market. Okay, so